Alright guys, Falconer is here. I just wanted to give you like a little reaction feedback video about the whole class, about all the skills and what basically Maxwell provided for us. So before we start, yeah, shout out to the whole Maxwell team for this amazing teaser. Really happy for those guys because most of them I know for a couple of years now, and I think they did an amazing job with the whole reveal here. I also want to be completely transparent to you guys. I already played Falconer, so I have to be a little bit careful what I say. But yeah, I will give you basically my feedback about what we can see, what Maxwell provided for us, related to the current state of the game. So of course I'm not allowed to tell you everything about 1.0, just the feedback, what you guys know, so that we can compare what might be good, what might be bad. And yeah, let's pretty much like go through all of this. I will start with the passives here and compare it a little bit to the other classes, Blade Dancer and Marksman. So pretty much a basic one here with Health Dodge. This one is a pretty good one for most of the builds. They're probably like almost all the builds will take for the more damage with haste. Also what I like is that Falcon can give you haste, so you don't need to actively like attack to get the 30% movement bonus. Very good note here right from the beginning for Falcon and Ballista. 5 flat crit chance. This is okay, I guess. A little bit of endurance at the end if you scale a lot of health. Also, Falcon has like some throwing damage abilities that we will look over later. This one is actually really good while leveling. Crimson Shroud gives you 50% bleed chance, 3 stacks, so 150% in the beginning. I also saw a lot of bleed support with net, with puncture, so this is going to be really good in the beginning. Mana gain on dodge bonus here with a 1 second cooldown. Don't know yet, I have to test it out, but increased dodge, increased mana regen is always good for all the builds that we currently use. This one seems a little bit broken to me. This is something that we need to test, but always when I see something like this has no stack limit, is a little bit dangerous in last Epoch. I usually want more like internal cooldowns or caps in this game, otherwise we will always have some broken shit. But yeah, I was thinking about Flurry multi-shot, something like this, and then you can just buff your Falcon for single target and you have like, I don't know, AoE coverage with Flurry multi-shot. We have to see. Some throwing attack speed, like in general, I think more bow and throwing support for the whole class, but it's a good hybrid. I mean, this class has a lot, so it was a kind of cool concept about the whole Falconer class. Maybe you can do like a chakram Falconer build, but I still think that on Blade Dancer it's probably gonna be better. This one is I don't know, a little bit weird. Like the melee attack speed, like 10% melee attack speed is not really that worth. The in-scaling, there's some in-scaling, so it could be interesting. I will go over later with the Ballista. I think this one is going to be pretty dope, even though we don't know yet if like quality of life will get fixed, because that for me was the biggest issue. It was not like Ballista was that bad, but it was the whole quality of life part was just horrible for Ballista to me. And the last one, I mean, I can get all the spear hype. It's kind of cool concept, but you need 100 dex to get 10 flat damage for a spear. I mean, that's nothing. So this node is like complete garbage in my opinion. Needs a little bit more buffs, I think, at least for the spear part here. A lot of block, a lot of glancing blow also in the tree. So this is going to be pretty good. I think probably one of the most defensive masteries for Rogue. This one is really strong while leveling, so I think the whole bottom part here is more for the Falcon, and the upper part is more defensive related. So where was I here? This one is pretty good for Ballista and for Falcon. Mana gain on decoy and trap detonation. This could be pretty good. We have to see. We have to test it out. There will probably be some really nasty combinations where you need your mana back. In general, I think there's a really good mana like refund mechanics for Falconer, similar to what Shadow Cascade can do. Throwing flat damage here because of the attack speed here, and also like this damage conversion. Really cool concept, to be honest, similar to what Ballista has in a node with the stat ratio stuff. So the same happens also for the Falcon. I think Falcon in general is going to be busted as hell with all the buffs that I can get and the more damage multipliers. There's a little bit meme. I mean, a lot of bleed chance, good in the beginning, but it will. I don't think it will not be that good in the end game. I don't know. I mean, some people like the theme behind the spear and the concept, but for end game, also with like previous builds, I don't know. Like spear was not really in a good position. But let's see. I mean, there will be a lot of new people coming in also in the game, so we might see a lot more builds actually in the future. A lot of glancing blow, a lot of block. You can also like convert block chance into glancing blow. Sounds really good. This one, I hate this note. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, they tried something new, but for those of you that don't understand this, so ability left to right. I play with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then right mouse button. So if you put 5 points in here, you will get the silver shroud if you have the attack on the right click. If you only put 1 point in, then you have it on, for myself on 1, or for you on Q, whatever. I don't know. You can just like simply like swap the keys. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know. I don't really get this. You normally want 5 points to get the health, but the health bonus is not that big. Whatever. I think that it was just they wanted to try out something with this here. A lot of dex scaling, for Falconer. So Morning Frost probably be OP item again for Rogue. Also a lot of flat damage scaling per dex. So dex is going to be really, really good stat for flat damage, for increased damage, for flat dodge. Really, really good stat for Falconer. This one is kind of crazy because if you just stack dex, you passively gain health back when your Falcon attacks. So you just basically like stack Falcon attack speed, and there's your life leech pretty much. Insta and cast pretty good. Again, here the top row is more defensive related frailty stacks. You can easily get frailty. This one you don't really need, but the more damage is cool. So more damage here per slow. Also 3 slow stacks to get really easy. So a little bit more damage here. Double glancing blow chance if not hit. This is really good. This one is similar to the marksman at the end, where you get health on crit. You can also mix this up with the first node on marksman, the draining arrows. So a lot of like life on hit, life on crit stats again, also for Falconer. Crit avoidance always good. Good damage buff here. Some ailment support here for the Falcon. Haste. There's a lot of haste actually going on for Falconer. So haste effect here. Haste duration after use a potion. It's kind of cool. And then armor scaling per dex. Also really strong. So yeah, pretty cool defensive nodes here. Double effect, 12 movement speed, 12 dodge, minus 12% damage taken while moving. So yeah, I think the passive tree is not like completely overwhelming, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. Good defenses, good Falcon buffs. It goes until here for Blade Dancer and Marksman. I don't see like that many crazy nodes for Marksman and Blade Dancer. Only maybe this one in the beginning for the more, but the rest is pretty much like defensive related. Maybe this one also doesn't work for because like Falcon buff. So yeah, it's really more related to Falcon and just maybe a couple nodes that you can add with Marksman or Blade Dancer. But overall, I think it's a fine passive tree. Skills. So we have the Falcon, we have Explosive, Trap. I think this is the first one that we get on level 5, I think, on Falconer. So let's start with this one. Explosive Trap seems to be like the new broken skill for Rogue. I think it's like the better Umbral Blades version. This node is just absolutely busted. I don't know what they were thinking. This is pretty much Glancing Blow, or not, sorry, Dusk Shroud on Trap Explosion. You can have like so many traps up. So I think you're running around with capped like dodge and glancing blow. This has to be nerfed, otherwise it's going to be too broken. You can buff your Falcon with it if you just spam it. This is also, like I said, unlimited stacks. Way too strong. You need a cap here, otherwise like it's just so much more multipliers for this one. This is going to be a really cool one. So some marksman support with the blast rain node here. We saw it on a video on what Volker was showcasing. Also, it seems a little bit broken, yet we don't know if this is going live. What I don't like, or what I have seen in the video, is that the whole detonating arrows that we're proccing pretty much makes detonating arrow as a self-cast completely useless. Because this mechanic here is just way better. So, again, maybe some internal cooldown, maybe some caps, I don't know, but You will never play Detonating Arrow self-cast again if you can just like proc a shit ton of arrows with a different skill. And normally, like from a balance perspective, I don't think that's a good idea. Like the self-cast should always be better than some proc-related stuff, and this just seems way too OP, way too strong. Yeah, let's see what happens or what comes live at the end. Also, like, I mean, how many procs can you get with the whole skill here? This is just insane. Like, way too strong, way too strong, way too strong. We have to see. You can get so many traps out of here. You can. This is pretty much quality of life. So again, you can use this one to actually get your ballistas out. Otherwise, like the self cast was took way too long. So I hope ballista gets something like I don't know, like a new support for placement speed, because it doesn't scale with anything. And this was just really awkward to always place the traps. Acid Flask, I don't know. I looked through all the skill trees. I think the biggest problem lies within the skill tree itself or the mechanics itself. I don't know if like anything can help out Acid Flask. It's gonna be better for sure, but as I said in the previous video, I did like 500Ks, 1 million Chakram, Umbral Blades hits, and then I just swapped over to Acid Flask and I did like 3K. I mean, there needs to be so many changes to the mechanics for Acid Flask to really make it work, but let's see, because also Poison is not in a good spot. Definitely a very, very strong looking skill. I like that it's also accessible for Blade Dancer and Marksman. So this is probably going to be like the fan favorite skill with a lot of choices. So again, good skill tree, but a lot of shit. It's probably broken as hell. So we have to see here. Net, I think, is the next one on level 15. So this is also Blade Dancer and Marksman related at the end. A lot of bleed here. I think also like down here, I think Maxwell gave you a good overview what you can do. So I will not really like go over this. I will just give you like my opinion. Also the puncture combination here is pretty cool. This could like enable some Shadow Dagger puncture possibilities if you also looked at my Shadow Dagger's Marksman build. The only thing that will probably not work here is the one where you have 2 mirages with you, because this only works if you do like a self cast. It also says when you use puncture. This is basically a proc from the net. But we have to see. I mean, maybe we can even combine this with Sing Strike. We don't know yet. It was not really confirmed by the devs if also like this one or like Explosive Trap can be thrown from the shadows. And this is still open. What we have to find out. In the beginning, man, 200% bleed chance. Just mix this one with puncture. This will be probably the best leveling skill. It's so much bleed in the beginning. Here the support, here the support. It's absolutely crazy. So have to see if the numbers are staying or if there will be some changes. But this looks really strong. Also a lot of support ability up here. Kind of dodge. There's a buff here actually for bow. What is it? No, it's actually global damage. There's some throwing stuff here. The Caltrops, sadly we cannot see the numbers on Caltrops here. Also a new mechanic, so a lot of initial hits again that can apply bleed. Yeah, looks like a really cool skill. In the beginning I was a little bit like, net, okay, that sounds boring, but I think a lot of good utility here. I'm really happy with Explosive Trap and Net to combine with Blade Dancer and Marksman. They look really interesting, so we have to figure out what we can do with them, but both skills are looking really good, to be honest, right now. Next one, I think, is... Let's go over with the Falcon first. Falcon has so much... We don't know the base damage yet, like the attack speed rate and everything, and also how the AI pretty much works. But what I like is that it's invulnerable, so you cannot kill it. But fuck, man, this skill gets so much more multipliers. It's insane. Like this one is crazy. There's also a lot of more damage here. I like these nodes here, where basically everything is converted from your melee bow throwing chances to your Falcon. So you can play something like this. This is cool to reduce the cooldown on your active skill. So those Falcon Strikes, I think the name is. Where is it? Falcon Strikes, yeah. So if you scale your attack speed, you can also reduce the cooldown for the main attack. It's pretty cool. Some kill threshold here to replace with shift, for example. This one we have to see mechanically if it's better. But yeah, a lot of more multipliers. This one for your next attack seems kind of interesting. It's just like yeah, we have to figure out what could be a good setup here. What is like a big hit that you can do? You cannot use it with Hail of Arrows because it's Falconer exclusive here, or who is marksman exclusive. What else is like a good single hit? Detonating arrow with a setup maybe, I don't know. We have to try out stuff here. Then some speed buffs here. Again, more multiplier, and this whole part here with acid flask. This is something that we just have to see, like mechanically how it works. But from the numbers that we have right now, I don't believe this will make like a huge difference. So maybe something with acid flask will change. We have to read or wait for the 1.0 patch notes, and then we can see. But yeah, overall, I think Falcon also in the past has a lot of buffs. It's gonna look pretty good. So I think it was saying here while leveling, you can do like an explosive trap falconry leveling part. We have to see if shadow daggers are still strong. Maybe you can combine shadow daggers, umbral blades with the falcon. I think leveling could be really easy and really strong with Falconer itself. And yeah, cool minion. It looks very strong, but we have to see at the end like how it feels also with the AI. Aerial Assault. By the way, it was confirmed on Discord that this works as a traversal skill, so it shares the cooldown with shift, so you cannot really combine it. Some Caltrop support, bleed support here, some Shadow Dagger support with Umbral Blades. This can be insane. I think also McFluffham showed like a possible interaction with this. This looks really good. Some ward stuff here, some ballista stuff here, so this could be insanely strong in scaling, deck scaling on a rogue. So you pretty much scale both. Get a shit ton of attack speed. It's I think at level 30, or was it 35? I think 30 Falconer skill. So that's relatively late. I think still leveling with Ballista is, I don't know, maybe something for Ballista changes. But endgame now could be pretty strong. So we have to see if we have like really good Ballista builds at the end. Other than that, I think, yeah, looks pretty cool. Featherstorm, we have to see how this one works. There was also some support for Black Arrow actually with Dark River. I think also the bird has it. Where was it? Here, yeah. So maybe there's some cool Dark River interactions, even though it's always for next bow attack. So it's some hybrid stuff that you can do there. And there's also those Shadow Falcon mechanics now that you also have on Dive Bomb. Could be a really interesting combination and some really cool concept behind it. Let's see, haste also, yeah, a lot of support. Maybe like a new shift skill with a little bit more damage support here. We have to see. Dive Bomb looked really cool in the video. Some big nuke that you can set up. You can also, what has it? 7-second cooldown. You can reduce the cooldown by actively playing like other skills to bring it down with bow attacks here. Also, you increase the cooldown here, but it has more damage. That looks really cool. The spear combo here counts as a traversal skill also. I mean, then there will definitely be some spear builds coming, but I'm interested to see how they will basically be at the end. First, this node is actually really cool. I want to see this node more often, like over the whole rogue class, to pretty much get out like instant ailment damage, because this is what marksman is struggling right now with ailments. If you want to do like an ailment marksman build, so you have to shoot, of course, all the time to get the stacks up, but marksman is defensively so bad that you will get killed before you have like the damage up. And if you can get like instant bleed pops, poison, whatever, this could basically increase like also of course the survivability, but also make ailment builds more viable. So I hope something for this comes in the future. What else is here? Decoy. This is like the whole shadow interaction here. Looks really fun. Weapon effectiveness here. While dual wielding, what I also really like about Falconer is that they, how do you say it? Like stick to their roots. So basically, like Flurry, Cinder Strike has like the bow and the melee support, and also a lot of skills allows you to play it either with bow or with a throwing style or a melee style. So this is really cool that they kept the whole philosophy for Falconer as well. Yeah, I didn't expect Falconer to be or to look like that, but I'm actually really happy for what it got. Explosive trap with the blast rain looks really strong. Falconer itself looks really strong. A lot of bleed support looks also really good. I think leveling Falconer is strong. Endgame, like always with the new classes, like Rummaster was broken as fuck. Warlock, Falconer, you can expect probably that there will be some broken stuff still in. I think it's going to be a very, very fun class. Might be strong. I hope for a little bit more support for the other classes as well, because we don't know really yet how much like this will impact on Blade Dancer and Marksman. For Marksman, I only, like I said, see, where is it? This one right now. But other than that, like I couldn't really like figure out something to do more with Dark Quiver. Yeah, let's see. Also, if you can like combine those throwing skills with the shadows on Blade Dancer, something we definitely need to test out on 1.0. But so far, like I said, I really like the concept. I think they really nailed it. Cool hybrid mastery for Rogue. And yeah. Also, like an important information for you, I am not on Maxwell team. I'm under NDA, so I'm not allowed to use any CT footage for my content. That's why I cannot bring out any build guide or content for Falconer before 1.0. So I will start fresh as you guys out there. I will definitely bring out build guides, but I cannot keep up with the Maxroll team, because they will definitely bring build guides out for 1.0 already. And I just have to see what else. If there's something cool that I can try out, like a different build, then I will upload it. But for me, it's I cannot really like keep up with the content creation there on this point. I'm not mad about this. I'm really happy, like I said, for the Maxroll team. But just that you know, I cannot like produce one build after the other one. If you're interested in, I prefer quality over like quantity, so I will always like take my time to make a build guide to make it as good as possible for you guys to enjoy it. So just don't expect like crazy amount of build guides. I will definitely do more in the future, but before 1.0 I will focus more on Blade Dancer and Marksman, that you get like the best information, what is good. And Falconer, for me, I have to pretty much test it myself with you guys. So that's pretty much it. So again, thanks for watching. Maxroll, to all you guys, great job. Really happy for you guys. Falconer looks cool. I'm hyped for 1.0, and see you guys soon. Bye bye.